Zimbabwe. The name alone evokes thoughts of exotic and faraway places. Formerly a British colony called Rhodesia until independence, Zimbabwe is a landlocked country in southern Africa. It's about the size of California and has a population of over 8 million. Zimbabwe is probably best known for Victoria Falls, which is the world's largest waterfall, and the spectacular wildlife, which includes large herds of elephants. While most tourists visit this nation to see the wildlife for which Africa is famous, railway enthusiasts come to Zimbabwe to enjoy the last stronghold of Garrett steam locomotives in the world. The Garrett locomotive is unique because it consists of 2 engines, one at each end with a boiler between them. The water tank is up front, followed by the boiler and cab, which leads to the coal bunker at the rear. An engine on each end supports the fuel tenders, spreading the weight of the locomotive out proportionally. This combination of dual engines and weight distribution achieves 3 major goals. First, the distribution allows the locomotive to operate on lighter rail. Second, greater adhesion and power are capable. And third, the separate engines are articulated, which allows the locomotive to negotiate normal track curvatures. Garrett locomotives arrived in Rhodesia in 1926 and quickly proved successful. Rhodesia was second only to South Africa in total number of Garretts. Over the years, more than 250 Garretts were built for this country, and today the National Railways of Zimbabwe, which was formed in 1980, operates a fleet of nearly 100 of these unique locomotives. The majority of the Garretts were built by the Beyer-Peacock Locomotive Works of Great Britain. Garrett locomotives are recognized by class numbers and wheel arrangement. There are 4 different types remaining, including the 14th class, which are the smaller 262 plus 262 wheel arrangement, the 15th class 464 plus 464s, the 16th class 282 plus 282s, and the 20th class 482 plus 284s. The 15th class are the most prevalent Garretts and are excellent dual service locomotives because of their high driving wheels. Bulawayo is the second largest city in Zimbabwe. It is the main steam center in the country and home to its steam shop. It is a wondrous city full of rail yards and an engine shed where steam is a daily routine. Dave Putnam, who is the Bulawayo shedmaster, gives us his insights on steam locomotives.
My name's Dave Putnam. I'm the shedmaster here at Bulawayo. I believe I will be the last. Giving you a brief rundown here, we have a total of 89 steam locomotives, all Beyer-Peacocks, still in service. Getting it down, we've got 18, what we term a 14A, we've got 47, 15 classes, 16 classes, and 19 20th classes. Basically, the 16As do all the work on the Colin Bourne West Nicholson line. The 15 classes we endeavour to keep on the Plumtree side because of the speeds. Surprisingly, we still run the mail trains, train 208 and train 66 every Thursday to South Africa with steam. Unfortunately, 14 up, which is the mail to Big Falls, that's now been dieselized as far as Thompson Junction. From Thompson Junction onwards, you for the benefit of our tourists. This is still steam, so if you're at the falls, you'll actually see it. It runs back from Vic Falls to Thompson Junction. Once again, these horrible diesels take over. For what it's worth, my personal opinion, I detest the diesel. I was born and bred on steam, and as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing to touch them. They've got style, they've got class, they've got character. To me, I would refer to a diesel as a whole lot of matchboxes thrown together with an engine stuck inside. We have had in the last few years a number of problems, but they're slowly sorting themselves out. They're nothing major. We do get a large number of tourists from all over the world. We have them from Cameroon, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America. We have had a couple from Germany as well. And as long as I'm sitting and holding the reins for all our tourist friends, I think we're looking at another 10 years minimum before they can get rid of the steam engines in Zimbabwe.
Being a landlocked country, Zimbabwe is dependent upon rail outlets to neighboring countries. The Plumtree Line is a 100-kilometer route between Bulawayo and Plumtree. At Plumtree, diesels from the Botswana Railway take over cross-border traffic. The Zimbabwe Railway is 3-foot 6-inch gauge and now totals over 2,000 miles of trackage. We begin with the daily passenger train departing Bulawayo at the Westgate Yard. The Plumtree Line is single track with passing sidings at every station. The high-stepping 15th class Garretts are assigned to this line, which gently undulates through the typical African bush terrain. At Marula, the daily passenger train from Botswana departs the station as we follow it back toward Bulawayo. The Plumtree line is scheduled to be 100% steam, and traffic levels can be as high as 8 trains per day in each direction. This includes the daily passenger train, which is the only scheduled steam passenger train in the world with Garrett power. The 15th class provide ample power and speed for the schedule. Late in the afternoon, the same train set with a different 15th class is headed back to Botswana from Bulawayo. The midway point on the line is Big Tree, where most trains will take water before departure. 15th class number 419 is still wearing blue paint that was applied for a previous enthusiast special. It has since been repainted black. At Marula, the friendly station agent rides his bicycle to the switch. He will pass orders to the approaching passenger train and later align the switch for the Bulawayo-bound freight, which is in the siding. The station master at Marula is kept busy taking and sending orders each day so that trains can pass his station. He gives us a description and a close-up look at the paper order system.
It's similar to a telex machine. It's actually printing an order to dispatch a train from Marula to Kami. At the moment it's printing an order it's similar to, instead of using signals, you're using a paper order system, which allows the train to travel from one station to another, but without a signal, but a paper order. Well, I've been on a station foreman for 7 years now, but this is a very ancient system of working trains working. This is the paper order that comes out of it. This piece of paper I'm holding in my hand is a proceeding authority, as you will see, for train 802 from Marula to Plumtree. This is actually what came out from Plumtree. Plumtree has loaded his machine and sent me his authority, and I've received it through this facsimile machine of ours. As soon as the train comes, I will dispatch it on this piece of paper.
With regularly scheduled steam passenger trains, the Plumtree line is a priority visit for enthusiasts. We conclude our look at the Plumtree line with a further parade of 15th class Garretts on both freight and passenger trains. No look at the steam in Zimbabwe would be complete without a visit to ZICO, which is the abbreviation for Zimbabwe Engineering Company. This private company, located in Bulawayo, has played a paramount role in rebuilding all the engines that are operating today. The continued survival of steam in Zimbabwe relies heavily on ZICO. Roy Wolf, who is the steam manager of ZICO, provides us with some history of his company and keen insights about the garrets they rebuild. There are few places in the world where this conversation could take place.
Go back a little bit onto 1978. There was a tremendous brain drain, that's correct pronunciation. A lot of people left because of the political situation, so I was left to run the show, to start it, and there were very, very few steam people left. So we had to get hold of the local people, find those that had mechanical talents, and use them. We had to fabricate the job down a bit so that they could do it. And today, that's about 10 years later, I've got, I would say, one of the best crews in the world. I could tackle anything on steam, and I know they can do it. They are actually, most of them today can do almost any part on a locomotive. And they started from scratch, no apprenticeships, very little education, but they had the aptitude. They had the aptitude, and we trained them, and they've come out tops. The steam engine seems to be the ideal motive power for this part of the world because of the spare situation and foreign currency. Very little foreign currency needed. You know, it's okay if you've got your own oil well in your backyard somewhere where you can manufacture your own diesel and whatever, but when you've got to import it and you're running short of foreign currency, this becomes a bit of a drag. So steam is definitely the answer. It's far more robust. It'll take a pounding, whereas diesel is very, very susceptible to faults. So for these people out here, I would say it's the ideal. It's the ideal. And that's about all I can tell you, but as I say, steam's got quite a long life yet left in this part of the world. And it's expanding, definitely getting bigger and bigger all the time. You know, it all depends upon spare parts. We can refurbish one in a month, if we have to. You see, it depends upon the quality of the boiler. When we get a boiler and the firebox is not good, that means a new firebox. Or if the barrel of the boiler is no good, you've got to re-barrel the boiler. Well, that's big work. That's a lot of work. So that could be probably running to about 3 months to overhaul a locomotive in that condition. Now, I've got one down there now. I think you saw it. 620, did you see it? That's 16A, Bay of Peacock. Now, that's going to be refurbished. That's going to be put onto roller bearings, from an ordinary bronze bearing to roller bearing. We started here in 1978, December 78, to refurbish 100 locomotives, which we did.